What's going on, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists? Welcome to this video. Thank you for tuning in. Now, this is a special video because it's FAB. That's right, Thunderbirds are go. Now, let me just explain. When I was a child, primary school age, one of the most sought after toys for boys of my age at the time was Thunderbird 2, because Thunderbirds was like the show back in the day. It was the show, and you know, there were a few Thunderbird toys floating around. My favourite Thunderbird was Thunderbird 2, because it was the one that carried all the different like vehicles inside it, and it would take it to the rescue centre, to the sites, and you know, they would perform their rescue operations. Phenomenal show for a kid. And originally, the toy Thunderbird 2 was green, the one that came out, but later on they repainted it in metallic blue, because it was deemed more futuristic and more likely to sell as like a sort of spaceship-y type thing than a green one. I don't know what the logic behind that was. I really don't. No, I'm talking about the dinky toys here. And yes, I happen to have come across and acquired said toys, and I'm going to perform a restoration on at least one of them. But without further ado, let's take a closer look at what I'm talking about. Okay, guys, now these are the two toys I'm talking about. Thunderbird 2. Now, here it is in the green, and here it is in the blue. I had the blue one as a kid, and I have to tell you, it was the best present I had that year. It was the absolute best. I wanted it more than anything, and it just blew me away. You know, the fact that it just blew me away, the fact that I owned it, because you know, it was a big deal at the time. Thunderbird 2, you know, particularly amongst my class mates. Now, the green one here that I've got is actually in a lot better condition than the blue one. As you can see, the blue one chip to paint, and I'm shocked to see really that there's no primer underneath. So, I mean, this should be easy. I mean, maybe they didn't bother priming metal toys back in the day. It just seems odd that they wouldn't do that. I am going to attempt to restore this one. And now, the legs on it don't work that well. It's got two buttons on the side that you press, and then they're supposed to spring out. They don't, or at least one of them doesn't, and they're all a bit dodgy. The ones on the green one are a little bit sturdier, well, 3 of them are. But yeah, I mean, I'm just, you know, as far as the show goes, I think the green one is slightly truer to the actual dimensions and shape of the original Thunderbird 2. For one thing, it was green, not blue. It was green. That didn't bother me as a child, of course. I mean, I was just happy to have it, because let's see if I can pop these legs. Let's see. It used to come up on its stand, you see, and it would do that, and inside here you would have Thunderbird 4 in the original toy. Now, I'm going to be restoring it. So I've got myself a Thunderbird 4 to go in it. Whilst we're on the subject, I'm actually going to be doing a lot more Thunderbird stuff in the future, and I just want to say these aren't going to be the only Thunderbird toys that I'm going to be featuring. Thunderbird 1, of course, which is here. No, I don't. This isn't a dinky toy, but I think it's fairly true to scale in regard to the rest of it. But I just wanted to show that. But they both had wheels on here. But these legs, they flip out in the show. It just raised up on its legs. See, if you look at it, it does go in slightly. It's slightly thinner at the bottom than it is at the top. Sorry, let me just get his pod back again. There we go. See, they're both, yeah. So the blue one is a dinky toy. I mean, this green one is a Matchbox toy. So, but if you look, it's actually thinner on the green one at the bottom than it is on the blue one. Yeah, it does seem fairly obvious that, incidentally, the green one here, it does have it has a Thunderbird 4 in it. It's missing a door at the moment. The Thunderbird 4 is metal, which is kind of cool, and a bit bigger than that Thunderbird 4. I don't know what the scale thing is with that, but I can source every item for Thunderbird 2 that I need. It's just that I forget where I was going with that though. But yeah, I can source every item for I mean, I could restore this one. I'm going to get a new door, but I am going to source parts. I think where I was going with it is you can actually source every part of Thunderbird 2, both variants, green and blue respectively, right down to the springs and the buttons that you need to press in for the operation to work. So I've already got Thunderbird 4 replacement there, as you can see. I've got a replacement door on the way for my green Thunderbird 2, and I've got spare stickers for both. You can source the exhaust things at the end. So yeah, I mean, Thunderbird 1 is fairly decent, I would say. You know, I would say it was, yeah, I would say my Thunderbird 1 is good enough. It doesn't really need any extra restoration. Obviously my Thunderbird 2 does. But oh, I can remember the joy I experienced when I undid my present on Christmas morning, seeing that I had a Thunderbird 2, a dinky version. Yeah, absolutely brilliant, phenomenal. It's only getting, because I never had the green version. Like I say, But there were kids at school that had it. I can remember long before I got it. They had that some kids had the two lined up like this, and I remember a kid saying, "You're not allowed to play with that or that," and I said, "Oh, but can I draw them?" And he said, "All right then." So I was able to draw them. I didn't see at the time that they were different. I mean, they are clearly different. It's more oval shaped as well. That is true to the actual one in the show, the Matchbox one. This has been, I don't know, modified somewhat. But hours and hours and hours of fun I had with these guys. I'm going to restore this one. I am. I've sourced some blue paint. It's not quite the same, but I have sourced some Tamiya. It's a little bit darker, but it is a metallic blue. It's an oil-based paint, so that is what I'm going to go with for this one, I think. And then we'll get new stickers. Eventually, I'll get new everything for it, new legs and buttons, and I think the exhaust ports are all right on it. We'll put the new stickers on, and yeah, I think it'll be good. Once I unscrew the plastic section here, and I'm left with just the bare metal, I think we'll be all right. But my plan is to strip the paint right off, go down to bare metal, get some memory cloth, rub it all down, and I'll put a thin layer of primer on this one first, and then I will paint it, and then hopefully that will be better. I don't just want to put paint onto bare metal. It just doesn't seem right to me. It's just the way I feel. Yeah, but anyway, this is my project. I hope you enjoy it. I will update you in different stages as to how we get on with it. But yeah, it's uncanny how looking at it now, how much different the green one is to the blue one. The blue one is a lot less like it was from the show, and the green one is actually more closer to how it was. But like I say, that didn't matter to me at all. Not a bit. I had Thunderbird 2, and I had it was a plastic Thunderbird 4 that you got with it. The one I had didn't actually have 4 written on the sides. It didn't have any numbers on it, but this one does. I think this is a 3D printed one, which is a really, really good job for that. But yeah, so this is what I wanted to bring you, these two. And I mean, it just seems to me that this one here, yes, it's got a bit of chipping on it, but there's really not a lot. It just seems to me, to take this one back to bare metal, I'd be having to sort of damage it a lot more than I would restore it. I mean, it's really in good condition now, and I don't think it warrants restoration, but this one does. As you can see, most of the paint is worn off it. So yeah, in terms of robustness, don't know, they've both got different things going for them. I mean, this one's got it's got a metal Thunderbird 4, for goodness sake. This one's got, and it's got a metal underside, whereas this one has a plastic underside. But the underside of the pod is metal, whereas it's plastic on the green one. It's all different. But anyway, I could talk for hours about this. But thanks ever so much for watching. We'll do further updates as time goes by. I might put this on my memory lane playlist. I don't know yet. I don't think it's early days, too early to have a separate Thunderbird playlist, I think. But we'll see. Thanks ever so much for watching. Remember, all brushes lead to war. I'll see you in another video to talk about my thoughts on where I'm going with these guys. And yeah, bye for now. Bye bye.